Hey there folks, something a wee bit different. I'm currently planning my route for the TT2000, which is coming up in 2-3 weeks. So I'm going to show you the process and how I plan it, and I've got two route options currently planned, so I'm going to talk to you a bit about them, and I'm still deciding actually which one to take, so we'll have a wee look. So if we jump on the computer here, this is the TT2000 website. We go into Checkpoints Home, and this is all the checkpoints for this year. So you can see they're all different coloured, and all the colours relate to a point prize. Now the object of the TT2000 is to cover 2,000 kilometres, and this year you've got to score at least 100,000 points, and it's got to be completed in 48 hours. It starts and ends in Oamaru this year, and really that's about it. So to claim points, you've got to take a picture of your motorcycle in front of each checkpoint, and so if you go into the checkpoints page here, this shows you where you need to take the picture, so it would look something like that. I'll show you the mystery checkpoints. They are down the bottom here. I only know where number 2 is. I'm not sure where 3, 4 and 1 are, but we can figure that out. Hopefully I'll pass them on the road. And like last year, there was people stopped there anyway when you drove past, so you knew it was a checkpoint. So at the top of the checkpoints info, you get download GPX file for Basecamp. Now I use a Garmin SatNav, so all my stuff is done through Basecamp. Basecamp isn't really that easy to use, but it is manageable. So once you've downloaded that GPX, you bring it over into Basecamp, and this is what it looks like. All your checkpoints here. Now I've just got the free maps for New Zealand because my Garmin was bought in the UK, and I'm not paying Garmin prices for Garmin New Zealand maps. So it does look a wee bit different than what you would have, but it still works the same. So this is all the checkpoints here. To create a route, it's actually pretty simple. You just click on New Route up here, and you've got this wee pointer pen here, so you can just start. So just for example, you can do this, and you use your arrow keys on your keyboard to move around the map, and this will give you a rough idea of where you want to go. And then when you're done with your route, so say for example if I want that to be day 1, I can hit close and click on the wee hand, and you can zoom around the map. And then you come down the bottom here, this is all your checkpoints stored here, and you can click into this, and this tells you that that would work out to be 602 kilometres, and it would take you roughly 9 hours and 3 minutes. Now I find that to be generally fairly accurate on time. Obviously it doesn't account for stopping for fuel or food or anything like that, but it's fairly accurate, unless you are travelling on a sort of dirt road. It would still assume you on a dirt road at 100 k's, and that's not always possible. Well, for me anyway. There isn't too many dirt roads in this year's TT by the looks of it. Some of the red ones will have a little bit of dirt road, but not really too much compared to last year. So I'll show you the routes that I currently have planned. I've got 2 options at the moment. So this is option 1 here. This is probably my preferred route, so I split it up into days. Day 1, 2 and 3, and I've added a complete route. So day 1 I'm heading from Oamaru all the way up here and back down. I'm thinking this one because I live in Ashburton, so I could just come home at night. And this one would take roughly 11 hours and 750 k's on day 1. Now day 1 starts on Friday at 12 noon. So I mean that is a fair old chunk of ride in 11 hours, so yeah, it'd be roughly 11 o'clock at night I would get in. So that's a fair old distance there. Considering I'll be driving down from Ashburton to Oamaru in the morning as well, so there's even more k's there. But this is an option I'm looking at. So day 1 is 11 hours, 700 odd k's. Day 2 would take me from home all the way around here and staying at Dainsy's Pass campsite. That's a free campsite, dock run campsite, and yeah, that's mainly why I went there. It's free, and that is 1,039 kilometres and 16 hours. So that's a fair old chunk of riding as well. But you will need to do a fair old chunk of riding obviously if you want to take part in the TT2000, and I'm thinking that's probably another reason for me to stay at home, would be to get a good night's sleep the first night and then have a massive chunk the next day. And then day 3 is just a short day, and that is from Denzey's Pass campsite into Oamaru via a couple of checkpoints up here. Now that would bring me to 161,000 points, and let's see what it says. If we go to complete route, it'll tell me 1,993 kilometers. So I'm 7k short there. However, there would be some, like, this is not going to be bang on accurate really. I may take a wrong turn here or there, and worst case I can always drive around Oamaru a few times just to rack up the last 7k's, which would not be hard at all. The fact that day 3 as well is only 4 hours long, I may not even stop in Denzey's Pass. I may just carry on and just finish the whole trip on day 2. I'll wait and see. That wouldn't be a massive extra task. But yeah, that's probably looking like my most likely option currently. And I've also got this option here. So this option here is roughly around the same amount of time. It's a wee bit less k's though. It'd only be 1,974 kilometers in total. But it's a lot more points, a lot more checkpoints. So it's 211,000 points, so more than double what you actually need. So day 1 I would start in Oamaru, obviously come down to Dunedin, then all the way up through Nevis to Glenorchy, a wee campsite up there, and that would take me about 10 hours, 500k, so a wee bit shorter on day 1, but I would be camping at night. Day 2 would take me 14 hours, 1,000 kilometers. So again, a wee bit shorter on day 2. And then day 3 would be a bigger one. So day 2 I would come from Glenorchy all the way down, round the bottom here, back up over Cardrona, and stay at Benmore. There's a few campsites up there, so it won't be hard to stay there. And then day 3 would take me from Benmore all the way round. Now this makes day 3 a bit big, about 5.5 hours, so that's probably a bit too big for me for day 3, so I'd probably end up lengthening day 2 a bit and coming round a bit further, which wouldn't be too hard to do. However, I am still short on k's in this one, 30k's roughly, so I would need to do a wee loop somewhere. And also, that doesn't include stopping and taking pictures, so obviously the more checkpoints, like this one's got probably twice as many checkpoints as that first route, and with all the stopping and getting on and off the bike, you know, it would really eat into my time for the day, so that would really extend those times. But they're currently my 2 options here, leaning probably towards option 1 I think, purely because on day 1 I can stay at home. But we'll see. Depends on the weather as well. If the weather's crap up here on Friday, but good down here, I'll do this the second one. Yeah, that's the plan. So yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to quickly share with you how I plan my routes, and you can do this for anything really, not just the TT2000. So you can go in and make your own checkpoint or waypoints all over the map on points you want to visit, and then just link them all together to make a route. So it is actually quite easy to use. So anyway guys, hope you liked this video. If you've got any tips, because I mean I'm no expert at using this, or if you're doing the TT2000, let me know what your route is and how many points you're planning on getting. But at the moment, this is what I'm going to go with. I'll take these 2 routes down with me, and I'll probably decide on the day. So anyway, I hope you liked this quick wee video, and I will catch you all in the next one guys. See you later.